Let's step into the locker room on a feel-good Friday morning. Here on the Smooth Breakfast, this is Smooth 98.1. I love music, love life, love sports as well. That's what we do at this time every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8:15 a.m. The locker room is all about great sporting action, and that is on the horizon here this morning. My name is Ayokunmi Kekereakuma, and joining me once again to make some magic, share banter around, and take a look at what's to come in the world of sports and recap what's been going on. The one, the only sports Amazon herself, Tega Supreme. Tega, good morning to you.
Good morning. Oh my goodness. Remember, so let first of all, it has been a great week
Yes,
for
indeed.
sports, at least. It has been a great week for me. I hope it's been a great week for you.
It
But let's
has.
start with Ekitike. So remember when I was saying that if I were the one, I'll deduct his salary for that bad behavior.
Well, from your mouth to the ears of the Lord, though.
I am Liverpool and Liverpool is me. That's all I can say because they, we are hearing that they may deduct a 2 week wage from his pay because of that indiscipline. 2 weeks. I was even kind. I just wanted to deduct his salary for that match, but we are hearing that it may be 2 weeks. So there are consequences for bad behavior. That's one.
Mm,
What else did I talk about? So this in tennis, we are on the Asian swing. We'll talk about Carlos Alcaraz and whether he should have stayed at home because I don't understand. Maybe he's owing somebody. That's why he has to play at every tournament. We'll talk about that. Early hours of this morning, Coco Golf won her match, and now we're watching Rybakina try to get through her first round match, struggling with an elbow injury. All of that come inside the locker room this morning. Also, this weekend, if you are into golf, the Ryder Cup, I love the Ryder Cup. Um, the important part of the Ryder Cup I particularly love is the foursomes and four balls. Apart from the fact that the names are interesting, but
mm,
that's the most team sport I have ever seen. So the foursomes is when they all use one ball to play in the hole. The team uses
okay.
one ball to the team uses one ball to the same ball to play in one hole. But the four balls is where all four players play with their own ball, and then the person that wins the hole wins it for their team.
Interesting.
Exactly. So
Huh.
the camaraderie, the teamwork, the calculation, it is always beautiful to watch. So I really am looking forward to that. The Ryder Cup starts today. Speaking about things that start today, we'll touch a little bit on European football, the La Liga, the English Premier League coming up. All of that and more in the locker room. But before we do any talking, Ayokumi, tell us, how can we be a part of the locker room? And have we seen LK Aderoba yet? All right.
Mm. Well, first of all, let me let you know how you can be a part of the locker room this morning. Join us on this journey. WhatsApp, YouTube, those two avenues right there for you. WhatsApp number is 0911 999 0981 0911 Join us right there. Also on YouTube, get your front row seats to everything exciting. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. And so far, we haven't seen LK Adroga, but we're hopeful that all is well and he'll be back in the locker room sooner rather than later. All right, let's begin our journey at home. You know, say charity begins at home. Well, Nigeria has stepped up its bid to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games with a high-powered delegation delivering an advanced presentation to the Commonwealth Games Federation, the CGF, in London on Wednesday. Tega, please.
All I can say is great ambition. Look, from the minute they chose Bukola Olopade, in case you didn't know who Bukola Olopade is, he's the guy that does the marathon, Lagos Marathon, and some marathons in other cities. But the minute they chose him, I knew we are going to get this ambitious in our sports. The minute that he was chosen as Director General of Sports. And so when this conversation about the Commonwealth Games started, it was just, it sounded like a suggestion or a wishful thinking or something. Before I knew it, these people have gathered people together. They've put together a presentation, and they're in the UK presenting that they want to really host Abuja 2030. Now, here's the thing about it. it's not impossible for Abuja to host the Commonwealth Games. It's really
Okay.
only Commonwealth countries. Um, so and if you look at Abuja, the way that they have been building their infrastructure. Remember the last time I went, I was talking about the roads, the
Mm,
expansions, and all of that. Then Abuja and its hotels, every two steps you will see a nice or a newly built hotel just waiting for you. So I think we can, and they're not dead end places. They are actually well run. So I don't think it's impossible for Abuja to host it. I think the biggest problem Nigerians have with Nigeria hosting the Commonwealth Games is that, as usual, when these kind of events come up, we'll pump money just to get Nigeria ready to host the event. Meanwhile, there are a million and one things that we could have used that money to do. Excuse me. We could have used that
right.
money to do
Right.
to improve the standard of living in Nigeria. I think that's the biggest issue people have. Why are we pumping money in for a sporting event when we have a lot of things that affect people's everyday lives that we can use the money for? But Abuja getting ready to host the Commonwealth Games is not far fetched. Again, I will also temper that with the fact that sometimes in our rush to do things, when structure is not your natural behavior, you tend to do things haphazardly. And so I remember at the Asaba 2018, some of the times for the athletes didn't count. They're like, we
Huh.
cannot use this. Yeah, we cannot use these times as official times. So even if the tournament was acknowledged, some of the times didn't count, didn't hold as official. So there are chances that all those kind of things will happen. But hey, Abuja can host the Commonwealth Games. Nigeria can get ready. Again, the question is the people not being able to accept it because of how much will be funneled into that event, and
Right.
when the rest of the country is being abandoned.
Hmm. Abuja 2030. Well, it's only 5 years away. Can we pull it off? I guess time will tell. But hey, ambition is never a bad thing. All right, let's switch gears into the world of tennis, where world number one, Carlos Alcaraz, says he was scared after injuring his ankle during his first round victory at the Japan Open in Tokyo on Thursday.
Yes, so he goes for this. He's world number one now. In the race to the final eight, he has about 10,000 points. The closest person to him is Yannick Sinner, who has about 7,000 points. So if give or take, he can still make it, considering the fact that there is a Shanghai 1,000 Masters coming up. That's a whole 1,000 points that he can pick up. So first of all, people were wondering, he traveled straight from Lever Cup, which was in the United States of America, in California, all the way to Tokyo. That journey alone, the time difference
Hmm.
is already making some of them wonky. I remember Koboli was saying he doesn't know what day he's in. Because at the time he was giving this interview, it was Friday in America, but it was Thursday. Sorry, it was Thursday in America, but it was Friday where he was, and he just his body was not feeling it. Um, so there is all of that. But again, this is a 500 ATP tournament, and usually, yes, people want to come to a 500 ATP tournament to build into the 1,000 Masters and
Right.
that. But because he's played so much tennis, he can afford to take a break. And so when he grabbed his ankle and he sat on the court, everybody, I thought he was not going to get up. I thought he was done. I was like, okay, listen to your body and go home. Don't pull a Nadal here. Nadal will play till he drops. Just listen to your body and go home. He didn't do that. His ankle was heavily taped. He went on to finish the match, winning it in straight sets, and he's competing again. So I don't know if that's the wise decision, considering that his body needs rest, and there is the 1,000 Masters, and there's also um, the end of season tournament. I think he can afford to take a break. But hey, what can I say? He's insistent that he must be in Tokyo. So, like I said, maybe he's owing somebody and he needs to pay up. Because I don't understand why you have to hustle that hard.
Hmm. Well, I'm glad
I
you
don't.
referenced Nadal Tega because we all know how things panned out for Nadal in the later years of
Yeah,
his career with his body and everything.
it's too much work for the body. Too much work. Maybe he's looking over his shoulder at Yannick Sinner. Yannick Sinner is in China, so he's in Japan playing in the 500. Yannick Sinner is in China playing in the 500. And they'll both meet at the Masters. But hey, no need to look over your shoulder. Your job is to go there, win as many trophies as you can. There's no need to even hustle for world number one because whoever is world number one is afraid of you. You are the scariest guy on tour. so,
Exactly. Exactly.
so, again, I don't think he needs it. I think he should have gone home. But hey, what can we say?
Hmm. What can we say? Well, good luck to him out there in Tokyo. All right, let's step into the world of football. We're heading to La Liga, first of all, where Barcelona came from behind to avoid a shock defeat by strugglers Real Oviedo, as Santi Cazorla made his first La Liga start for the Asturian club at the ripe old age of 40.
Yes, in case you didn't know, Santi Cazorla also, I don't know if he doesn't want to retire, and he doesn't have to. I'm just saying that when you are 40 and you have shares in a club, there's no need to suit up and get on. But he got on, and he was, I mean, he was a brilliant player in his role. However, I think his way, well, sorry, Barcelona conceded their goal that upset me. Again, if we are looking to deduct people's salary, Jean Garcia, his salary should go. They shouldn't deduct 2 weeks, but maybe just for the match. Because this guy, you know how Barcelona sets up a high line and the ball is coming over the top towards him. His
Hmm.
first decision to come out and clear the ball was a brilliant one. But he gets the ball and goalkeeping 101, they tell you if you've made a save, don't save into active area of play. Abi, that's goalkeeping 101.
Get the
You
ball as
try to
far as
push it.
possible.
Yes, push it around the corners away from the danger spot, get it as far away as possible. Anything but kicking it into play. John Garcia, in his entire brilliance, decided that he was going to play Pedri's role and passed the ball into play. Unfortunately, he passed the ball too long that he missed the player he was aiming for, and the ball fell at the feet of the real Oviedo player. Now, he's way out of his goal. There are no defenders anywhere near the goal to say they're going to try to defend it. And the guy that the ball drops to his feet just looks up and sees open post, and he takes that long range shot, lobs the ball in the back of the net. It was the most ridiculous thing. To add to the fact that again, Barcelona were struggling to score from the chances they created. But fortunately for them, they were able to get 1, 2, 3 goals in the second half and keep up with Real Madrid, who still have 100% record. So it was a let off for him, but it was a ridiculous way to concede the goal. Then again, you have to remember that he's the third choice goalkeeper. So
Hmm. Well,
if
still,
nothing else.
still remove his money for the match. Simple as. All right, let's take a quick break. Well, as quick as we possibly can manage. When we come back in, we'll be talking about El Derby Madrileño, the Madrid Derby coming up tomorrow out there in Spain. Stick around.
All right.
This is Smooth 98.1 The Locker Room. We'll be back in a moment. Woo! And I
You're
hope
having
pounded
too
yam.
much. Oh, you're even thinking, God, this guy, money is good. Oh. You're not thinking pounded yam.
I've been thinking about it for weeks. Weeks. I might go to Jevnik. Let me go and see if they have.
Or they would have. Um, but pounded yam, I'd suggest you went to yellow chili.
Mm.
Yellow chili is behind the office now.
It is? Yeah. Talk about
It's
Reynolds
not fast.
on Saka.
Oh no. Off what's the name of this street now? Where 1004 is.
Ozumba.
No, not 1004, sorry. Babbage Towers. Bishop
Uh,
Oluwole.
okay. I did. I didn't know they were there.
Yeah, the yellow chili is off there. And pounded yam is their. It's not a bad thing from them. It's all I will tell you.
Okay.
If you
Thank you
can
for
near them.
thank you for the updates. Thank you for the updates. I will look into that. I've been craving it
Mm.
for quite a while. Not poundo, not other poundo.
Not powder yam. That's why I'm saying don't go to Jevni because I know the last time I went there, I can't remember what happened, whether they got the order mixed up and they brought out poundo. I wanted to shoot somebody.
I don't know if anybody actually eats poundo intentionally when there's pounded. I don't know if there are people like that.
And there are people in their mind, they are watching their weight. I'm like, everything that comes out from inside the sachet bag,
That is heavily processed.
you might as well just eat the real thing. Just go and drink Gary, leave all this nonsense. Potato swallow. My friend, throw that
It's,
nonsense away and
it's so
yeah,
processed.
you just eat real something and go with your life.
And the real one tastes better anyway.
Exactly.
So
So if
I
you are
don't
going
understand.
to if you are going to gain calories, you might as well enjoy it.
I second the motion.
And as well enjoy it. So there is all of that. But
Oh,
let's see how it goes.
yeah, we are back in.
Okay, I'm here when you're ready.
And we're back. This is the locker room on a feel good Friday morning on the Smooth Breakfast here on Smooth 98.1. Your love music, love life, and of course, love sports station as well. Kicking it with you is Ayokunmi Kikiriako, and of course, the one and only Tega Supreme. We are having a great time on the show this morning, and you definitely can join in on all the fun we're having. So please stick with us on WhatsApp and on YouTube as well. The WhatsApp number is 0911 999 0981 0911 999 0981. YouTube, you can find us at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Leave your comments in the chat section there, and we'll definitely get to them as we get along on the show. All right, Tega, as advertised, let's talk about what's going on or what will go on in Madrid as Xabi Alonso's perfect start as Real Madrid manager will be tested when his side visit a vengeful Atletico Madrid on Saturday with Diego Simeone's team still seething over a controversial penalty decision that cost them a Champions League quarter-final spot.
I agree. That penalty is still quite. I mean, the fact that they had to change or they had to remodify the rule for that penalty was already indicative that it was a dodgy call.
Mm,
Nothing, there's nothing you can tell me. The fact, because till today we cannot categorically say, and that's the term I'm using. Everybody can postulate about whether the ball hit his standing leg before it went in, but we cannot categorically, scientifically, statistically say that ball hit his second leg and before it went into the back of the net. So, and the fact that, like I said, they had to remodify the laws after
yeah.
that penalty kick was painful. So yes, they may be seething from it, but here is the thing. You know how if somebody bigger than you beats you, even if you are seeding, if you don't have the power to beat them, you will seed for life. And that's what is the problem with Atletico Madrid. Because they haven't started brilliantly in the season. They only got their second win in 6 matches just this midweek. And even that was a fight because at some point it looked that like they were comfortable when they went up by 1-0. Looked like they were going to get to second, never did. And then Rayo Vallecano equalized. And the match ended up finishing 3-2. So
Mm,
defensively, they are horrible. when you look at it. And then they create chances, but they struggle to finish off those chances. The good news is Alvarez is back, so maybe he can help in that department. But do they want to outscore a Real Madrid side that has Kylian Mbappe on fire, and then scorers from every angle of the pitch, which is what I was discussing on Wednesday. Because any front player for Real Madrid can literally put the ball in the back of the net, and that's
Right.
what even makes them more dangerous. And then when you look at defensively, even if they are suspects, they are not as vulnerable as Atletico Madrid. And then you look at the head-to-head between the two teams, where Real Madrid is clearly superior. So ultimately, when you check all these parameters, Atletico Madrid are the ones starting from 50 meters back.
They have the
But
handicap.
they're coming in with a handicap. But the thing about rivalries is how you show up on the day that is very important. And so
True.
form may not count on the day of a derby or a rivalry. And that's the only hope I think Atletico Madrid have. So because this is football and anything can happen, and because it is a derby, it's okay to leave it open. But on paper, Real Madrid look the superior team in this, and they look likely to come out with all 3 points.
Well, looking at the phone books, well, I mean, it's a derby, anything can happen. But going by what we've seen so far this season, it doesn't seem like Atletico can put up much of a fight. But hey, we'll find out exactly what happens tomorrow out there in Spain. Let's bring things to England and talk about Arsenal, where Iberigi Eze scored his first goal for Arsenal in their 2-0 League Cup win over Port Vale on Wednesday. And manager Mikel Arteta said the attacking midfielder will deliver more magic moments when he clicks with his new teammates.
Well, that's what they're saying about Arsenal for now. Huge one for Eberechi. Again, I've been complaining about where he had to, the role he had to play. Because such a brilliant player for, I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Such a brilliant player for if I say Newcastle, for
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. Tega, such a brilliant player for Crystal Palace, comes into Arsenal and struggling for his number role, which was always going to be was a big issue for me. But first of all, he's gotten on the score sheet. Then there are injuries that can enable him play in his favorite role. So that's the good news for him. But Arsenal has a bigger problem than Port Vale. Port Vale was, even if they started with some key players I didn't think needed to play, like Bukayo Saka didn't need to be in that match for any reason. But hey, Mikel Arteta knows what he's doing, and he played Bukayo Saka against Port Vale in the Carabao Cup. But yes, they have a bigger fixture on on Sunday, where they face Newcastle. Now, because of Isak has been sold to Liverpool, it looks like Newcastle's goal scoring threat has been reduced. However,
Greatly.
you cannot ignore the Newcastle midfield and the Arsenal midfield, because when you compare both sides physically, that's where Arsenal falls short. Already, just running on the pitch, they are picking up injuries. Now you can imagine them being tackled by Newcastle's midfield. How it's going to be. It's going to be a real tough task for Arsenal to try and match Newcastle in the midfield. But the good news for Arsenal is that their wing play is great. They
Mm,
have scorers on their team, and so they can get goals. Their disadvantage is that they also let in 1 goal per game. They give away charity goals um, every other match, and this looks like one of those matches where they could give away charity goals. So yes, on the by going by the table standings, Arsenal are the favourites to win this. But going by the match on the day and the physicality in the midfield, it's anybody's game really. I don't know that Newcastle can outscore Arsenal, but they don't have to. All they have to do is stop Arsenal from scoring goals, which they can do, and then sneaking in one, and all 3 points is theirs.
mm. Well, it's going to be a huge battle out there between Arsenal and Newcastle. Looking forward to this weekend, most definitely. Still staying in England though. Let's head over to Merseyside and talk about Liverpool teenager Rio Ngumoha. Now he signed his first professional contract with the Premier League champion. 17-year-old. Good stuff.
It's interesting how they locked him down, very early. They decided that, okay, this is one of the ones we want to keep for a while. I don't understand the mindset behind that, but I can tell that Arne Slot has high hopes in him because you see the number of minutes he's getting. He's even getting more minutes than Chiesa, who is a proven footballer. So
Now that says a lot.
ultimately, that says a lot. So it tells you that the coach has belief in him. But this weekend is going to be interesting because it's Liverpool Crystal Palace again. Remember the last time they met, where the trophy went to. So there's
Ah, yes.
revenge. there's revenge in sight. Now Liverpool have had 100% record, and Crystal Palace. Well, at the start of the season, if you consider their form from the end of last season to the very first match in this season, they look like one of those teams that can stop or that can end Liverpool's 100% record. And Liverpool again have been struggling to get goals. They've scored really late goals and they call it resilient or being resolute. But sometimes you also have to interpret it like what it is. They are not as fluid as they were last season. Bottom line, when all is said and done, they are not as fluid, and teams have started making it harder for them to score. So when you consider all those indices, it makes this match a little more, this fixture a little more open. So again, this weekend is going to be interesting with the Crystal Palace meeting, Liverpool, Newcastle meeting, Arsenal. Everything can turn around on its head at the end of the day.
Most definitely. Crystal Palace have a strong defensive record this season. Only 2 goals considered in 5. We'll see how Liverpool get on in that one. Okay, let us briefly head over to Serie A. Of course, we need to talk about what's going on there. Napoli's flawless start to their Serie A title defense has left them 2 points clear at the top of the standings, but the champions face their toughest test of the season so far with an away clash at inform AC Milan on Sunday.
And this one is huge. It's AC Milan versus Napoli. Now, Napoli has done the job so far, trying to defend their title, sitting pretty at the top of the table. AC Milan, on the other hand, have been playing, interesting football under Allegri, football that catches your eye. And because they are in form and because this is Napoli, they would approach the game completely differently. Because now this is Scudetto contenders we are looking at here. So they're not going to play against Scudetto contenders like they'll be playing against, say, Udinese
Mm.
or Bologna, one of those teams. They're going to play against them differently. And that's what sets up for an interesting clash in the tie. They want to take Napoli's scalp. And Napoli knows that everybody is chasing them. They have the target on their back, and so they have to keep running. So it will be interesting to see how Conte and Allegri try to mastermind a defeat for the other person. A draw would be a nice result, but I'm sure that AC Milan is going for the win. They're going for the scalp.
AC Milan going for the scalp. Can Antonio Conte and his side pull a rabbit out of the hat and maintain that brilliant start to the season? Well, we shall see. All right, let's take your messages as we begin to wrap it up here this morning. This is Felix in Mende, Maryland. He says, good morning, gentlemen, Ayokunmi and Madam Tega. Good morning to you. As a Real Madrid FC fan, I hope we can survive Atletico Madrid tomorrow. Happy weekend. Felix, have some faith. Relax. Madrid are hot on fire this season. Well, it's a derby shot. AY Nunuru says, Sergio Busquets has announced his retirement from professional football. Wow. These legends are just leaving the scene one by one. Who's going to be next? See Ronaldo? Messi? Ronaldo's playing till like 50 at this rate because
I'm telling you, you see that poverty that Ronaldo told you about in his early life. Regardless of how much money he has made, he's still thinking, how much more money can I make? That's his own PTSD.
generational wealth things. All right, let's head over to YouTube. And LK is back. Fantastic stuff. LK,
Yay!
welcome back. He says, I've been on vacation. I actually watched the match live at Old Trafford, and it was the worst decision I've ever made. I'm in a traumatic relationship with Chelsea. Anytime I watch them live, they lose. LK, please go to more live matches. Thank you.
Go tomorrow. They're playing Brighton, right? That's also
Please.
so so very interesting times this weekend. Brentford, Manchester United, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Brighton. So interesting fixtures.
Very, very. Ayofedada says the Hansi Flick Barcelona machine rose to the occasion yet again last night, coming from behind against a defiant Real Oviedo side. That's win by 3 goals to 1. Papipayo says LK has gone MIA since Chelsea stopped winning. Hello, LK, sending you love and light. You will win this weekend, you hear? Well, LK is back, Padre, and he replied to you. Says been on vacation, so good to have him back, anyways. Uche Nwankoye says the weekend is upon us. United, please make it back-to-back wins. Amen. Let's join the title push. Let's calm down. Ahmad, please bring back your good form. Sesko, you are killing my FPL points and hurting United. Start scoring. How do you have Sesko in your FPL team? Uchina, are you a
Exactly.
learner?
Do you understand? When did you start driving that you have Sesco in your FPL? This is not about loyalty to club. Pick the players that will win you points. Leave
Exactly.
your team. You can't be suffering
Exactly.
in your team and be suffering on your FPL now. What's doing you? All
Hmm.
right. On that note, we want to thank you for tuning in to Smooth 98.1 FM to listen to the locker room. We want to thank you for sending your messages via WhatsApp and YouTube. And we want to thank you for staying tuned with us because without you, we have nothing. All right. Till we come your way again on Monday after all the matches and the potential banana peel fixtures, please pray that your team is not fodder for banter. Have a fantastic weekend.
Amen, amen, and have a fantastic weekend as well, Tega. Thank you so much. And thank you all for always being a part of the locker room and keeping it tuned to Smooth 98.1. Do not go anywhere. It's a feel good Friday, so you need feel good music taking you into the Friday and your weekend as well. My name is Ayokunmi. Don't go anywhere.